Hi, and welcome to Computerized Accounting. Um, in this video, we are going to quickly be going through Blackboard really quickly, kind of like how to navigate through Blackboard, how to find your assignments, and then we will actually go through and finish and do our Chapter 3 Case 1 together. So real quickly, I'm in the Start Here module of Blackboard. I sent out an announcement detailing the information and what you need to do to get started. You need to set up your two companies. Before we can get started, I sent out emails to everyone where they should have an invite from QuickBooks to set up your companies. I have a getting started video here where I do walk you through that, but this video is older. It is from a previous semester. And QuickBooks Online is constantly updating and changing. So I literally just did a video on helping you set up your company. So I just did that. So I'll post that out and send it out in an announcement as well. And in this video, we're basically just kind of going through Blackboard, and then we're going to do our first assignment together. Don't forget to check out your syllabus, and take your syllabus view quiz. As she here is due next Wednesday, so you make sure you get that done because it is a graded assignment, and guys, it's an easy A. All right, I also have a link to your ebook. Okay, so let's go ahead and open that up real quickly and look at your ebook. Okay, so your ebook just kind of is a really good way. It gives you step-by-steps with screenshots on how to do everything. And again, this is the latest, greatest textbook for QuickBooks, but QuickBooks Online is always changing, and it changes faster than they can create the books for it. So your screen may look slightly different from what you see in the textbook, but it should be pretty easy to navigate and find what you need to do to complete the steps in your homework as well. But the textbook's really good because it does give you screenshots, walks you through what you need to do and how you need to do it. We are starting with chapter 2. Now it's chapter 1. We're starting with chapter 2, which is just an overview of QuickBooks Online. And then chapter 3 is setting up your company. And so it gives screenshots and showing you step by step how to do each step in your case 1 and your case 2 homework assignments. Okay, so let's go back to Blackboard and we'll click on lessons. Now, right now, you guys can only see learning module 1, but because I'm an instructor and you need to see everything, you see that there are several learning modules we are going to do this week. Again, in your syllabus, all these assignments are detailed with their due dates. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on learning module 1. Let's open it up. Okay, so here you see your first assignment, detailing what you're to do in your first assignment and the due date of your first assignment. Okay. How do we find our first assignment? Go ahead and click on your folder now. In here in learning resources, I have a lot of really good videos and handouts that would be really useful. So I want to go that really quickly. So these are some good videos, just kind of watch and just kind of get a better understanding and feel for how to use QuickBooks. All right, click, and also I always provide you a link to the textbook as well, so that makes it easier for you guys. So when you click on assignment 1, there is a lecture video. Again, it's maybe out to date because it is from a previous semester. So I will be posting a new one and updating that information for you guys. And I will send out an announcement when that new video is posted and ready for you guys to go. But you have case 1 and you have case 2. All right. So at the end of every single chapter, starting at chapter 3, you will have case studies. Every case 1 is a continuation. So at the end of every chapter, you'll have a case 1. Homework assignment, and it is a continuation from the previous chapter's case 1. Same thing for case 2. It is a continuation from the previous chapter's case 2. So you're literally building your company, and at the end of each chapter with case 1, you're going to be adding on to your case 1 company. At the end of every chapter with your case 2, you're going to be adding on to your case 2 company, which is why I had you name your companies case 1 or case 2. So let's go ahead and click on the assignment. All right, so you are to submit your reports in PDF, not Excel. So your assignment may say Excel. Your assignment came straight out of your textbook. And may say to export it as an Excel. I'm telling you right now, export it as a PDF. If you export it as Excel, upload it in as a homework assignment, I can't see your values. They come up as hashtag error or hashtag value. I can't see the numbers. So I want you to do it as a PDF and upload it as a PDF. I cannot stress that enough. PDF. All right, you want to see your actual assignment. Here's a link to the PDF. You can click on it. And here's your case one, and it's going to detail instructions on how I want you to set up your company. Okay. So I'm going to move this over here. And if you have already done, opened your emails up and accepted the invites and set your companies up, following the instructions from my previous video, this is what it should look like. So if we go to step one, and you feel free to have it opened up, and look at it with me. It wants you to modify your settings as follows. So you want you to do your modify your company settings. So how do we modify our company settings? Well, we're going to come up here and we're going to click on our gear icon and come over here. It says to company. Click on account and settings. All right, now if you set, we do not need to change the name. Company type, it should be C corporation, so it should show corporation of one or more shareholder with Form 1120. So you should name, your company name should be case one with your student name. Your company type should be corporation. It does have this, look, it does have your email. It will have your cell phone number. I'm the only one that can see this. No one else can see this. Everybody's seeing my information right now. Ooh, it's posted. Here's my information. But nobody's going to see your information but me. And if you want to take out your phone number, you can do that. You can come up here, click on that little pencil, and take that out. All right, now it's requiring a phone number, so you can just put in a bogus number. Okay, you can totally just put in like a bogus number. All right, of course, make sure you select the correct company. All right, put in a bogus number if that makes you feel more comfortable, but I'm the only one that can see this, and I'm not going to copy down anybody's cell phone number. All right, I used a bogus number. I put in another bogus number. It doesn't really, and now when you do set it up, you have to put in a real number because it's going to send you a verification code. This is a new thing. It's a new thing, but I promise you guys, no one can see your number but me. I'm not going to be calling you on your cell phone number. And if you want to come in here and edit it and put in a bogus number so nobody can, it's fine with me. It's whatever you're comfortable with. I understand. Okay. All right. So once you make sure that you've named your company, case one with your name, make sure that you selected that it's a C corporation. Okay. We're ready to come over here and click on sales. Now, what we want to do in sales is we want to turn on the track inventory quantity on hand. So you come up here and you want to find track inventory quantity on hand and make sure it's turned on. Okay. So that's the only thing we're going to be modifying in this section is we just want to be able to track inventory quantity on hand. All right, so if that's turned on, we don't have to do anything, but if it's not turned on, you come up here and you click on the little pencil icon and you make sure you turn the toggle over to where it's turned on. All right, next thing we're gonna do is gonna come up here to expenses. All right, we want to turn on track expenses by item customer. So let's go ahead and click on this. So turn that on. And make expenses and items billable. So make expenses and items billable and turn this on. All right. Okay, so we're not going to do a markup. We are going to track billable expenses and items as income in a single account. So you make sure that's checked and that we select a single account. We are not going to do sales tax because we are going to be a reseller. And the default bill payment terms, we're going to select as net 30. Okay, I'll go ahead and click save. Next thing I'm going to do is make sure use purchase orders is turned on. So make sure this is turned on. If not, click on the little pencil icon and turn the little toggle over to its green so that, the use of purchase orders is turned on. Once that's done, let's go ahead and click on payments. Okay. I want to make sure everything here is turned off. We're not going to activate payments. We are doing demos. We're not doing this live. So I want to make sure everything is turned off. Next, we're going to go to time. Okay, we do want to make sure that the service field to timesheets is turned on and to and the billable time to be billable, both of these are turned on. Okay. All right, once this is verified and done, we can go ahead and exit out. And that takes us back to our home screen and it's let us know that our savings have been saved. Now we're going to create some new accounts and with some beginning balances. All right, so over here we have our little our menu that we will become very comfortable with and we will get to know very, very well. And of course, every time I come in here, there is something new. Okay. All right, so there's two ways that you can access your chart of accounts. You can come over here to transactions and access your chart of accounts, or you can come over here to your gear icon and access your chart of accounts. Just go ahead and click on that. And this is going to open up your existing accounts. So the first thing I want everybody to do is I want you to look at step 2 in your case 1, chapter 3, case 1. And I want you to look to see if you have any of these existing accounts. You should have a bank account, fixed asset, long-term liabilities, and equity. So we're looking, those are the account types, your account types. So we see here we do have a bank account, but it is called cash. We're going to create an account for checking. Okay, so let's go over here and we're going to look for fixed assets. And I do not have anything for, so I do already have something set up for furniture and fixtures. So we're going to have to modify that. Go over here to long-term liabilities and see if I have a notes payable. I do not have a notes payable, so we can add that. And we're going to come over here to equity, and we do have something for common stock, so we're going to work on that. All right, so the main thing is I want you to first check to see if you already have an account existing, or if we need to create a new one. All right, so the first one we're going to do is we do not have a bank account for checking. We have a bank account for cash. Okay, so let's come up here and let's click on new. So we want to name it checking. Okay, the account type is bank. The detailed type is going to be checking. Okay. It tells us we have a beginning balance of 25,000. And we're going to change the date. All right. So once that is complete, you go ahead and click save. Okay, so now we have an account here for the account type is a bank account. Okay, and it is a checking account with a beginning balance of 25,000. Okay. Okay, The next account it has us do is a fixed asset account. Now, I know we have a fixed asset called furniture and fixtures, but we're not going to use this one. We are going to create our own. Okay, so we are going to create our own. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I want you to come over here and click new. And we're actually going to name it original cost. Okay, and the type is fixed asset. The detail type is going to be furniture and fixtures. So it's asking you what is the original cost. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put in the original cost. And we're going to put in the date. Now create a category to keep track of the depreciation. Yes, we want to do that. So what is our depreciation balance? I'm going to put in 10,000. I'm going to put in the same date. And go ahead and click save. So now we scroll down. And we should see this information here. And if you want to, you can change it and modify it and go ahead and click save. All right. Next is doing, wants us to do a notes payable. We already verified we do not have a notes payable. So let's go ahead and click on this. We're going to name it notes payable. The account type is going to be long-term liability. And it's notes payable. We do have an opening balance of 60,000 as of 12/31/2023. And go ahead and click save. Okay. So let's go ahead and click another new one. Okay, we're going to name this one common stock. The account type, equity, common stock. Okay, so it's telling you there is already an account named common stock. So let's go ahead and cancel out. So I knew we already had one. I just wanted to show it to you. So we cancel it out. So let's scroll down here to equity and we see common stock. Let's see if we can go ahead and edit. So the reason why I don't really like doing this is because we can't edit the opening balance. So we get to be a little creative. Okay, really quickly. Make sure I'm sharing my screen. Okay. All right. So we are working on now real quickly. So I want to make a recap. Looking at our chart of accounts, you should have a $25,000 balance in your checking. This is how your fixed assets should look. If your balances look different, all right, click on view register. I don't view register. You should go click on that. All right, whatever. If your balances look different, let me know. I can go in and fix it for you. All right, but this is how your balances should look. Hopefully, if we did everything correctly, you should have a notes payable. So now what we're working on is we're working on the common stock. All right, so you have a common stock account already set up. All right, so how do we do that? How do we add the balance to it? All right, we're gonna have to do a workaround. So we're gonna come up here to the plus new, and we're gonna do a journal entry. Simple as that. We're gonna do a journal entry. All right. Make sure your journal entry is dated as such. And we're going to enter it now. What is common stock? Let's think about that for a minute. All right, so common stock's an equity account. Equity is increased with a credit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit common stock. All right, we're gonna offset it. Okay. With our open balance equity account. Okay. This is our workaround. All right, so we're gonna put in $1,000 debit and then $1,000 credit. And go ahead and click save. Okay. Exit out of that. It should take us back to our chart of accounts. We scroll down here and we should see $8,000 to our common stock. Okay. Now, moving on to step 3, it talks about adding some products. So we're going to add some inventory to our QuickBooks. So how do we do that? We're going to go back here to our gear icon. I want you to click on products and services. Try that one more time. Gear icon, products and services. All right, here we go. We're going to add an item. So we're not necessarily adding a new service. We want to add a new product. All right, so it automatically does service. We're not adding a service right now. We're going to add an item. We want to add a product. So go ahead and click item inventory item. All right, now the name is Rook 15. All right, quantity on hand is 10. The date. All right, we always want to make sure that it goes to your inventory asset account. Okay, let's go back to financial accounting 1. When we purchase inventory, we always debit our inventory asset account, and then we either credit cash or we credit accounts payable, right? So what the point is when we're adding inventory, we want to make sure that we're increasing our inventory asset account for that inventory that we're putting into our stock. Okay. All right, sales. How much are we going to sell this item for? Okay, the sales price is $650. And I want it to go to sales, period, just sales. That's your revenue account, sales. How much did it cost? This cost $400, and it's always going to go to the expense account, cost of goods sold. Okay, we can go ahead and click save and close, or we can click save and new. So go ahead and click save and new because we have another item we're going to add. So we're going to save and new. All right, so it's another inventory item. It's called the water hog. All right, it tells us that we're going to have a total of 8 on hand. Make sure our inventory asset account is chosen. What is our sales price? Our sales price is $860, and we want it to go to sales. The cost of this item is $500, and we make sure it is going to our expense account, cost of goods sold. Okay, go ahead and click save and new. All right, this time we're going to change it, and we're going to add a service. The name of this service is going to be consulting. All right, the price or rate, the rate is going to be 25. And we make sure the income account we choose is services. All right, we don't have any purchases that's involved with the service. All right, we need to make sure that it's an income account and it is services. Now we can click Save and Close. All right, so we have a service for consulting and we have 2 new inventory items. And we see here is the rate of our consulting and our sales price, as well as our cost of goods sold. All right, now we're ready to do a journal entry. So we're going to do a journal entry as part of step 3. So I'm going to click up here and click on the plus new, and we're going to come over here and choose journal entry. Now we had to do a journal entry already, so it's going to be journal entry number 2, and we make sure that the date is 12/31/2023. All right, so now if you look at your case, it doesn't tell you if you're going to debit or credit the account. You need to remember your rules for debits and credits. So the first entry we're going to do is accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is an asset, so accounts receivable is going to be recorded with a debit. So we're going to start in by typing in the name accounts, account. All right, we want to make sure we choose this one, accounts receivable, AR. This is the one I want you to choose right here. All right, and it says accounts receivable is an asset and assets are recorded with a debit. We're going to debit accounts receivable for $5,000. All right, the next account we're going to choose is prepaid expense. So just start typing in the name. We have prepaid expense. It should be considered another other current asset. So make sure this is the one that you're selecting. Prepaid expense, other current asset. Go ahead and select that. Delete this out. That's just a feature of QuickBooks. Delete it out. And we're going to add in $3,000. Now remember, prepaid expenses is an asset. And again, assets are recorded with a debit. So that's why we're recording both of those as a debit. The next one is accounts payable. So start typing in the name account. All right. And we want to make sure this is the one we're choosing, accounts payable. Now, accounts payable is a liability account and liabilities are recorded with a credit. And we're going to put in the amount of $4,500. Okay. Now it says to offset with the account opening balance equity. So start typing that name in. All right, and it's going to automatically post the amount you need to post to that account to make sure that your journal entry is balanced. So this is what your journal entry should look like. Okay, let's go ahead and click Save. Ah, good catch. Good catch. All right, so it says something's not quite right. And that's just true. Whenever you post anything to accounts receivable or accounts payable, you need to select a customer or a vendor. So how do we do that? I'm going to come over here where it says name. I'm going to click on the drop down menu and click add new. All right, now we're going to, in the first one, because it's accounts receivable, we're going to be adding a customer. So let's go ahead and add in that name for the customer. So let's type in Blondie's Boards. Okay, we're not going to do anything else. That's all we're doing is just typing this in and click Save. All right, now it comes to accounts payable. Let's come over here, go to the drop down menu, and let's click Add New. But this is a payable, so instead of a customer, we're going to select vendor. All right, and the name we're going to put in is Channel Islands. Okay, we're not going to do anything else, and just go ahead and click Save. All right, now what does this do? Well, we just set up a receivable. That receivable needs to be attached to a customer so we know who owes us that money, right? So we know for that receivable, Blondie's Board owes us $5,000. Well, we just set up a payable. We need to know what vendor we owe that money to. So that's what we just did. We just tied it to a vendor and say we owe Channel Islands $4,500. Okay, now we're ready to click Save. Journal entry number 2 is now saved. So now we can exit out. All right, I want us to go back to the gear icon, and I want us to go back to our chart of accounts. Okay. Okay, now that we're in our chart of accounts, I want you to look for your opening balance equity account right here. And once you see the balance, okay, we see we have a balance of $5,500. Why? Because in step 4, it says I want you to close the opening balance equity account to retained earnings via a journal entry. Okay. Another way you can verify this amount is I want you to go to reports, click on reports. I want you to find trial balance. You may have to scroll down here to find trial balance. When you do find it, just click on the star and it'll put up here as a favorite. Click on trial balance. I want you to immediately change the dates and run report. All right, that's going to verify your opening balance, equity account balance is 5,500 and it's a credit balance. All right, we want to close this out, okay, to retained earnings. So we're going to do that via a journal entry. So we ran this report to verify the balance of this account, verify that the balance is 5,500, and verify that the balance is a credit balance. So let's come up here to the plus new, and let's do journal entry. Make sure it's still dated 31st. So if opening balance has a credit balance and we want to close it, that means we're going to debit that account, $5,500. So it's sitting in there, it's sitting right now with a credit balance of $5,500. We're going to close it out to retained earnings. Okay. So to close it out, we're going to have to debit. So that's, see here, we have a debit of 5,500. We're going to close it out to retained earnings. Okay. Once that's done, I want you to go ahead and click save and close it out. So now we see that our opening balance of equity is 0 and we transferred it to retained earnings. All right. So we've already run our trial balance because I did that to have you verify the amount. So I do want you to go up here and change the dates. Everything we've done so far should be that date. Run report. All right, now I want you to go back and I want you to look at figure 3.15 in your homework assignment, and all of your balances should match what's in that exactly. If it does match that exactly, you're good to go. You have completed your first case and you're ready to export. So to export this report, you come up here to export and click on the drop-down menu and export as PDF. Export it as PDF. And I want you to save as PDF to your desktop. And you're going to upload that file to your homework assignment and submit that to me for grading. I also want you to run a second report. I want you to run a report transaction by detail account. So we're going to go back to reports and you're going to scroll down and you're going to look for a transaction by detail account right here. Go ahead and start as a favorite. Just exit out of that. I want you to click to switch to classic view, please. All right, there's nothing in there. Why? Because I got to put my dates in there. Run report. And then I want you to, at that point, go ahead and export that also as a PDF. And you're going to upload that as an attachment. So I want both reports. And you're going to do this for case 1 and you're going to do this for case 2. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you're feel free to email me and I'll do my best to troubleshoot and help you out as best I can.